Fellas, let's talk facts. Your belt game can make or break your look. You can have the cleanest fit, but if your belt is cracked, stretched, or sagging, you just killed the vibe. And believe me, women notice. First impressions matter. That's why I'm excited to partner with Anson Belt and Buckle. They completely reimagine how belts should work. No more holes. Anson uses a micro-adjustable track system that gives you the perfect fit every single time. Once you try it, you'll never go back to a regular belt. And here's what sets it apart. One box gives you 3 buckles and 3 straps. That's 9 different combos. More versatility, less clutter. You'll look sharp in every situation. Anson is family owned, backed by a lifetime guarantee. And because they're sponsoring this video, you'll get a free bonus buckle and a strap when you click the link below or scan the QR code. Don't wait. Upgrade your belt game today. What's going on, family? How you doing? Welcome to King Talk. Let me go ahead and introduce the crew. We got Mr. Trash Smooth, Willie, Shells, Repo Dad, Hink, Watch, and myself on Lapeef JR. Welcome to King Talk. What's going on, gentlemen? What's going on? How y'all doing?
What's good, my brother? How you feeling?
Blessed to be alive. Another day in paradise. What's going on, brother Hink?
I know that's right. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful evening.
Beautiful evening. Absolutely, absolutely. What's going on, chat? How you doing? I see we got Dance with Julie in the house. Bo is in the house as well. How you doing, ma'am? We also got Branu, Mrs. Hink. As you guys come in, hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are catching this on the replay. Hit the like button, and also make sure you subscribe as well. Excuse my lighting today. My right eye is light. I don't know what that is. What's that noise? Somebody got some feedback coming. I don't know what it is. But my eyes sensitive to light, so I'm gonna go ahead and push through. So if you see me in the dark, that's the reason why. What's going on, Casey? How you doing? Willie's in the chat as well. Ghost Town Bullies, a member. Rondo, a member. How y'all doing? Welcome, welcome. So we got Ayesha Curry. I feel like we talked about this, but it was on another platform. But she's in the news again. I'm pretty sure you guys are aware of what's been going on thus far. If you haven't, got some good news for you. I'm gonna go ahead and run this clip per usual to bring you guys up to speed. I know Real Dope has an interesting take that he may want to take today. So looking forward to seeing what that's all about. He may be with the men, or maybe he may not. Just never know. He's kind of sometimes, according to Hink. I'm gonna go ahead and run this clip, and let's get into it, gentlemen.
Kids, did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
It's so hard also to be the woman in a situation where you're like, men just don't get as much scrutiny. Like they can maybe tell him like your fucking shots suck tonight, but like the looks and all of that is just like not a factor of conversation as much.
No.
Did you talk to Steph about it? Like, or did you kind of keep it within yourself so it didn't?
I do not have a bone in my body that can keep anything to myself. So if it comes to mind, it's coming out. And he's so gracious. Like he tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. And he also comes from a place of like, it's effing stupid. Like, it's not true. So why? And I'm like, but wait, like, listen to how it makes me feel. And he's like, but why does it make you feel like that? It's not real. After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughters so quickly. I didn't even have time to think about what I wanted anymore. It's so interesting. I spent my entire life like trying to work towards something, and then it kind of just disappeared, and I didn't think twice about it. But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. Like, this doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too. And I need to get my shit together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
If I have a career and I'm
Yeah.
not home, like, did you experience that?
I still experience
Okay.
that. I still experience that. I'm always in therapy talking about this. If you lose all of those things that were interesting about you, even for yourself, like even the things that made me feel confident and cool, then what are you doing? And
Let's go ahead and get into it. That was Ayesha Curry expressing how she felt leading up to marrying her husband, Stephen Curry. Is there anything wrong with what she said? How you guys feeling about it?
I mean, she sounds kind of crazy. I mean, how much is Steph Curry worth? Like what? Like 80 million? I don't know. Like I don't really follow, but how much is he worth ballpark? No one knows. Well, he seems to be well to do, and I don't know.
Between 156 and 240 million.
Okay, so it's a small fortune. So I mean, yeah, it's just I hear that sentiment a lot. Like women saying like once their children get to a certain age, they aspire for more. It's kind of a little concerning, but yeah, no, it just sounds like a lot of nonsense, a lot of bullshit. It's kind of weird. It's very weird.
Why does it sound like a bunch of nonsense?
I mean, it's in terms of her, which she's well, in the way she's speaking, you would think her life is a big contradiction, you know, in a way, because you know she's living one way but espousing you know ambitions to live a different type of life, and you know I view that as pretty concerning.
So you don't think it's fair for somebody to be on one path and then their life just pivot?
Yeah, but that's not what she's really talking about, and she's kind of like not really being clear either, but she's talking about basically regrets and those regrets, however, you know, menial they might present to be, you know, they manifest themselves like I guess like I seen that clip where she like almost takes off her ring and shit like that, like you know, a lot of like, just a lot of disrespect, you know, and a lot of signaling like she's not happy or content with her current life. I mean, she did say that she wished more men would hit on her, like that, like shit like that is just like it's like I all like all this shit is just really burn me out. Like I don't know if we're in the matrix or I don't know what's going on, but like this shit has just gotten really crazy. I mean, but hey, I mean, if at the end of the day, listen, they up. You know what I'm saying? Like they worth more than everybody on this panel combined. So who really, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, shit, that shit crazy.
Okay. Go ahead, Chels.
So,
No, I'll go to Trev since you came off the mic first. Go ahead, Trev.
yeah, man, every time this lady opens her mouth, she says something I don't like. She's one of the most ungrateful human beings on the planet. And it's not, I know, Watch mentioned that his salary is off the hook, which it is. But I understand it's deeper than that. It's not just that. To me, unless she knows something that none of us know, he seems like a cool guy. He doesn't say anything weird. He hasn't ever been caught up in a scandal like a lot of these other athletes do. He appears to be a great father, and he can afford to give her anything that she desires. What we're looking at is, to me, looks like a classic case of penis envy. She's angry that she's not as relevant as Steph Curry. She probably thought that she could ride his coattail and be as important as he is. But no, you Steph Curry wife. And sometimes women have that problem. This is another one of those situations where women are trying to compete with their men. She didn't have to do a business, but he supported and invested in her businesses. And I don't know how well they're really doing, but come on, man. Like, what are we doing? This is just how ungrateful some people are. It's sickening because she has at least it seems like she has the type of life that everyone would dream of, every woman would dream of. I don't hear any gripes about him being abusive. I don't hear any gripes about him not listening to her. He's even patronizing her, listening to that garbage that she's spitting. So, I mean, I don't know what more she wants. He gave her children. He gave her whatever life that she wanted. He's supporting her. Like, she got to chill out, man, because it's just making women look really bad right about now. I mean, I think it's an accurate representation of a good portion of women, but this just displays how nasty it really is out here. To me, this is nothing but toxicity.
Can y'all
I'll
hear
leave
me?
it there for now.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we get you.
I think it's interesting, like how when it comes to like these topics about women, like niggas turn into like the epitome of liberals, right? It's like you give them a clip, you get them some talking points. That's all they fucking need. They don't need no context, no information. They just like, yo, I got these clips. Oh my god, mouth drop. I can't believe she said that. I I actually watched the entire interview after I heard some of her, these clips because I wanted to get a better understanding. I actually think it was an amazing interview because it did its job. It actually lets you into her mind and learn kind of who she is, how she grew up, things like that. And I personally think that most of the men are taking everything that she said out of context. Especially when you kind of take the worst parts of it and you compound them together, um, which is a tip. That's what I see a lot of, liberal. I'm used to seeing liberals do stuff like that. Um, so yeah, I think that everything's being taken out of context. For example, when she said, after I had my babies, for after a year, it was kind of like I wanted something else. I wanted something more. She's doing that. Her and her husband have businesses. She has her own lines in certain businesses. So she got up and she got she started her businesses and she got active. She wanted to, like, I think part of it is kind of like we don't understand women. And I think that as men who, at least the men who are leaders, I do think it's our responsibility to try to understand our women and learn our women. I know that I'm a type of guy, like I love me a soft life girly. That's what I like, right? My girl is a hybrid. She in the middle, right? So from learning her, I've been knew that when it's time for you to quit your job, she's going to need something that she can still strive for because she's an ambitious woman. It's in her, right? So she's still going to need something that she strives for because if she doesn't, over time she's going to become unhappy and it's going to affect her psyche. And more women are like that than we like to think. But I think it's our job as leaders to try to understand the people that we lead. Same thing with your children. Your woman doesn't matter. Try to get in their head, try to understand them, try to put them in the best position for them to succeed and for them to thrive, especially under your leadership. So I'm gonna leave it there for now.
All right.
She has to. I feel like she has to. Part of. I definitely get what you're saying. That is a great point. I just think it's you also have to be cognizant of like being a clipping era, So she has to. She bears some responsibility in knowing that this, video and interviews can be manipulated and clipped to the wazoo, and made to paint a certain picture. So I think even though that is a great point, I think, also, you have to factor in the fact that, she went up there and knowing that, her stuff has been clipped in the past to paint a certain picture and it will continue to. So
Real dope, real quick. Would you mind offering some of this
You
context
said
that
my
we
name a little
possibly
funny.
missed? Would
No,
would
say it.
you mind offering some of this context that we possibly missed? What was it that you caught in the entirety of the interview that would
Yeah,
lead you to a different conclusion than what I came up with?
yeah. Well, one of the interesting clips that I heard before I actually watched it was when she said that, I thought I was gonna be the one making the big bucks, right? In my mind, it went to you was a girl in college and you thought that you was gonna get a nice, decent career job or something like that, and you kind of was just like a typical, one of these girls who, with a bunch of hubris. But that's kind of after watching the interview, I learned that her entire life was pretty much dedicated to entertainment. She was a child actor. And that was just kind of like what she did, modeling, all that type of stuff throughout her entire life. And she ended up leaving. I thought they got together in high school. They didn't get together in high school, but she ended up leaving and going to LA to chase her dream at 17. And kind of had her own apartment and all that type of stuff, and was working through jobs. And she was out there to pursue her dream. And from that perspective, I can understand why somebody would think they were going to be a star one day. She actually she was on an episode of Hannah Montana before. I learned that during watching the interview. And kind of like me when I was young, I thought I was going to the NFL. Nobody could have told me nothing. And I think people should have that mindset if they're pursuing something. But it kind of just let me into her mind. I'm like, oh, this is why she thought that she was going to be the star, or she was going to be a star. And the guy that she met was telling her he wanted to be a basketball coach, and coach kids and stuff. So that kind of just gave me some context, and it kind of changed my perspective of the first initial clip that I saw.
Right. So the problem that I have with that is that she understood what was going on with bro, right? And when you decide you want to get with like a 0.01% man, there's some certain concessions that you have to make. You said you made concessions for the woman you're with right now, right? As a man. What she's doing is wild. There's no reason for her to embarrass him like that, right? Nobody said she couldn't pursue her dreams, but she's acting like this stuff just happened to her. Like it wasn't immaculate conception. She had to lay down and get pounded in order to have a child that early. She decided to do that, and you have to live with those consequences. When you decide you want to have children, this is what happens. You become a parent. You know what I'm saying? That's just consequences. You have to deal with life when she decided to do that. She wouldn't get married. She chose to get married. She chose that. She made those vows. She wanted to do that. This stuff didn't happen to her. It's
all in her rhetoric. Decisions. It's all in her rhetoric. You can tell like it's vitriol in her rhetoric. Like I hear what you're saying, Repo, but like there's a way. I don't know. I just use pattern recognition. That's all I go by. Like that's all you can go by as a human on the internet. Experiencing. Whatever that we call it.
Yeah, so
you can just go by pattern recognition and the way she phrases certain things and the way she puts certain things and the inflection she puts on certain things. You could just tell it's not as innocent as you want to see. I get, the context that surrounds it, but it's too much of a pattern. There's too many variables. Like if it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. You feel me? Like, she playing little wedding ring fingers, talking about she wish she had other men, like that's a dub. Like you out of here.
Yeah, so
out of here.
The reason that I disagree is because like from watching the interview, I got to see the transition. I got to see her say like, "Yo, I don't regret anything." I got to see her like because most of the guys are under the impression that she regrets doing this. She doesn't know what she wants, and that's kind of like the perception that we have, but. She made it clear, like, my children are one of the most happiest. Remembering the most happiest days of my lives is probably like around the time I was pregnant or around the time, the births of my kids. Like, these are the type of things that she was saying during the interview. But a lot of people didn't hear that because they didn't, they didn't go watch.
They didn't clip it up. No, because they didn't clip that part up.
Yeah,
like I'm saying, she bears responsibility in going on these platforms, knowing that they clip these things up to fit a certain narrative, and she's falling right into it every time.
So I have a question for you. You feel like the person who does the interview is responsible for the people who not only is more responsible than the people who not only clip up their clips and remove the context, but also is more responsible than the adult on the other side who is watching the clip and is not like, let me get more context. Listen, yes. I know a lot of people think like, you like on the side of women. I'm one of the most.
No, I don't care. I don't care about women. No, we don't even got to go there. Yes, yes. It's the responsibility of the person because they choose the platform. Call her daddy has a certain reputation.
People used to do this with Kevin Samuels. They used to kind of like, I'm a Kevin. I fucked with him. They never would watch his full shit. And I get you saying that the call her daddy might, it might be a salacious type of podcast or something like that.
Yeah, that's a bad look.
It is.
I've
It is.
never
It
watched
has
it before, but I
and
know
I
that
have.
Yeah, it's a bad look.
Right, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. That's why it was an abomination that Kamala Harris went on there, because like it's a horror pocket. You talk about horror shit. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like it was a mockery that Kamala Harris went on there. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother story. But at the end of the day, she knows that Call Her Daddy is basically a sex podcast. That was his brand. It is the podcast about sex and talking about your sexual experiences and promiscuity. Why are you as a married wife going on there chit chatting about and airing out just being a fucking chatty patty? Like, shut the fuck up.
Watch, I don't know if I can trust your word, Watch. Only because you've so far you've been a clip guy. I can see that you listen to clips, and sometimes you can form an opinion based on
I watch long form shit too, because I'm a director editor. I'm always in front of the computer, so I need something to play in the background. So I'll be watching like everything. I try to get all sides of everything. I didn't get this full clip, down pat, but I've seen other ones.
Real dope. The only reason I would say that's not valid is because this wasn't a Reels clip, and I've done clips. I've done that where I can absolutely change the narrative. If I put you in a reel, I can cut it up crazy, and there's nothing you can do about it. I can put any words together, make you say whatever I want you to say. This wasn't that. This was a straight like 3-minute clip right there of her just talking. If you can't stand on the full 3 minutes of what it is you said,
that wasn't a 3-minute clip. Those were clips cut together. Those weren't
even
those
it was complete thought. It was complete thoughts, no matter how you spin it. It wasn't one of those where it was chopped up so bad that it spun the narrative. It's just a selection chosen from it.
I'm not saying
at the end of the day.
Go ahead, Watch.
No, say at the end of the day, was it a positive result?
What a positive result?
Was her going on the podcast? Is it a positive outcome?
So I think that would depend on two things. You can look at it from the male perspective. A lot of us are, listening to the clips and we're not having really good reactions to it. But I think that it could have had a really positive impact on women and women in her position or who have been in her position who are like, I just had a kid. I feel like I lost my identity, and this is what is on the other side, or I'm not the only one going through this, or my life is completely different than what I planned it to be, and I feel like a failure. Well, I'm not a failure. Well, everybody's life, nobody really knows where we're going. We don't know where we belong. We don't know what we want. I think that it can possibly have a good impact on the women who actually consume that show. I don't know no man who consume that shit. So
yeah. All right, I'm gonna play. I got some reactions to what people were saying. I'm gonna play in between while we continue this. And directly after this, I'm gonna go to Chels and Will.
Ayesha Curry is the reason we need Kevin Samuels. Someone needs to go find his reboot card and take it to the van, because this shit is unacceptable. This might just be enough to take Curry out of top 10 conversations. Ayesha Curry, his only bad shot selection. There is a very possible chance that Flight loves Curry more than Ayesha, and I'm willing to die on that hill. There have been 2 phrases from this woman that I've never heard in my entire life. The first phrase is trapped with Steph and Curry. Holy fucking shit. 6'3", light skin, green eyes, pause, no fucking diddy, just let me get to the point. Billionaire, historic NBA player. What trap are you in, my guy? The second phrase is, I'm not getting attention from other men. From a married woman. That's a single woman statement. That is not a statement that married women say. Yeah, this really sucks for Curry, man. But that said, I will be taking his over every game this season because I do expect 25 points per game after this shit. Shit, Curry could have married me.
Ayesha Curry is a perfect example of why it is so important to have a hoe phase. Go be a hoe. Be a hoe. But be a safe hoe, though. Like, protect yourself and don't get pregnant. That's why she's sitting over there feeling trapped. trapped with Steph Curry. Sometimes you gotta go through some stuff to really appreciate what you have. She probably ain't never been hoed. She probably ain't never been drugged through the mud by a dude. She probably never been. She probably never had a heartbroken time and time and time again. That's why she can't really appreciate what she has, because it's like, I need something edgy. I need something fun. Like this mom stuff. This being married to Steph Curry, this shit is boring. And now she's really rebelling. She want to be in the streets. She want to be desired by other men. She probably want to do something with another man, because she probably never experienced that. Like, when did they get together? Like high school or something? That is not enough time to be out in the world and do stuff and experience stuff. Like, you don't have to experience a whole lot. But I don't think she experienced anything at all. And now she's tied down, married with kids. You can't go do your thing right now unless you go do your thing and run the risk. Like, you ain't just no Lucinda from down the block. You're Ayesha Curry. If you gonna mess with anybody, trust me, we gonna know about it.
Go ahead, Chels.
I don't really have no comment on the two content creators. People just be talking to get clicks and shit like that. I give Ayesha Curry credit for just being honest and authentic and not just coming out and giving bullshit, because it's very difficult to express who it is that you are and how you really feel about things when you know it's not in alignment with what the public thinks you should be. On the other side of that, if that was my wife, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, damn, yo, like, I know we're keeping a buck, but damn. And so I feel bad for Steph to a degree, but I'm also not somebody who jumps to conclusions. So I'm actually wondering, why is she so comfortable coming out in an interview like that? Right? Like, what has occurred in their marriage, or what is the status of their marriage to make her feel like, I'm gonna go out here and it's okay for me to express this? Like, is Steph okay with this?
Marriage occurred in their marriage.
Nah. Even if my wife felt like that, my wife should at least have enough respect for the marriage to not come say some shit like that on national, I guess, TV or podcast or whatever. But like I said, I give her, like I said, hold on, let me land my plane. I give her credit for being open and honest. I just think that certain aspects of marriage are not for public consumption, and that's something that she should have kept between her and him, not between her, him, and Real Dope and Trev and JR and watching everybody else.
Go ahead, Willie.
But I will say this: I didn't see the whole thing, Real Dope, so that's just based on that clip.
I watched the whole interview too, and it was just because it came on accident, and I was too lazy to get up and get my remote and change it. But listening to what she said, like Dope said, that she said she doesn't regret anything. If you watch the video in the context and tone in which she said it, it's almost like she realized that she said a bunch of dumb shit that's going to get her fucked up in these clips, and then we just backtracking. Like, it didn't sound genuine. It didn't sound like she's happy. And the thing is like, she would either be an OnlyFans model or a school teacher, because she wasn't a good actress, because she's not acting. If it wasn't for her husband, nobody would give a fuck who that lady is if she wasn't married to Steph Curry. No one knew that she was on Hannah Montana. All our kids who watched that shit still couldn't point her out in the crowd. Like, she doing some shit, but like, nobody gave a fuck who Ayesha Curry or whatever the fuck her maiden name was until her last name was Curry. So it's weird how these women get out here and get the type of niggas that everybody wants. Bro, 6'3", light-skinned, green eyes, worth $500 million, and then start talking about you feel trapped. Man, shut the fuck up forever. Like, every chance she get, like, she goes out here and tries to embarrass her husband. Matt Stafford's wife did it. Look at any of these other girls. Like, as soon as your girlfriend gets on the podcast or your wife gets on the podcast, just know she gonna fuck up everything you got going. We just talked about what happens when you talk about women add to a man's greatness. No, the fuck they don't. Ayesha Curry is a perfect example. Ayesha Curry, like he said, like bro said, Ayesha Curry is the only bad shot selection this nigga's ever had. Like, nobody has said anything bad about Steph Curry except for shit that comes from her. Wasn't nobody talking about Steph Curry when he was only shooting 39% from three? Because he was still saying hitting the ones that matter. Ain't nobody said nothing bad about Steph Curry except for when he first came into the league, he was undersized. Aside from that, everything negative that we know about Steph Curry is attached to his fucking wife.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
You don't got a mute button, watch?
Oh, my bad. I ain't mute. My bad.
All right, I'm gonna play some more from these people. Let's get to M. White and Ink.
Oh, what's it like being with the love of your life, Stephen Curry? Love of my life? I don't even like him. Love? You gotta stop. Like, do you think you influenced his game at all? Or I don't even think he can play. Personally. I don't really like the dude. He alright. I never really wanted him though. Like, to be honest, I got my kids, I guess, but I never wanted that either. Like, I never really wanted that man. I really wanted this one boy from my neighborhood. I really wanted him, but I ended up with Steph. Like, I don't know. Oh, like, he went to the Olympics. So, was he even good? I don't. He did alright. I was really looking at LeBron. That's what I really wanted, but I guess I got him. I guess.
Real life, Ayesha Curry is the perfect example is that a bitch can have everything in the fucking world and it's still not enough. The greatest example of that. Gang, you told all of us, I didn't want to be married, I didn't want kids, I thought I was going to be the career-driven woman, Steph wasn't my type, and I thought he was going to be a basketball coach. Once you found out that nigga was going to the league, bitch, you took the opportunity. That's what this is. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, you see all the attention that these other bitches is getting and all this stuff like that, and you want to be just like them. Disrespecting your husband on these podcasts like he wasn't my type, all that extra shit. Nobody forced you to be a wife. Nobody forced you to be a mom. You could have did whatever you wanted to do, but you saw that come up and you took it. Now all you do is embarrass your fucking husband and want male validation. You want to be a hoe. And all you females talking about, oh, I can relate, I know how she feels, but how when half y'all ain't been married? Shut up.
Go ahead, M. White.
So I didn't see the full context of the video that she produced or that she was in. My question, Willie, when she was saying that, was she responding to like did you think you'd be in this situation, or she was saying she would prefer to have been?
No, she volunteered that shit.
So like, nobody asked her like, is that how you envisioned your life?
My recollection is different from
when
Willie's.
they asked her, she was like, so what did you think? And she was like, I thought I was gonna be this because I went out to LA, I did my thing. So I thought I was gonna be the important one. And then look, when I thought of him, I thought he was going to end up being a high school basketball coach. Like that extra little shit that she said, she volunteered that. So she'll answer the question and then say some underhanded shit to Steph about Steph Curry, but it's like sneak this shit. It's like real passive aggressive. And like that's what my issue is. Anytime that someone says this fucking girl's name, anytime it's the Ayesha Curry clip, she's ruining that man's fucking reputation.
She said important one.
Yeah,
she really said that.
And what you can ask me too, right? It's two people who saw the interview.
Yeah, real dope. What was your opinion?
Nah, you wasting your time, man. Why you asking that dude?
Beeman. She really said an important one. She said that.
She thought that she was going to be the celebrity. She thought that she was going to be the one that was a household name. She thought that she was going to be because she thought that he was just going to be a high school basketball coach. But like bro said, if he did become a high school basketball coach, she wouldn't have been with him. But once he got drafted and went to the league, of course she stuck around because again, she's not stupid. She knows that that man is a meal ticket. There's not very many women who are going to break into the league.
I'm gonna give you more context. This is some more data that y'all can use. She spoke about how she knew Steph growing up. She from Canada. They went to the same high school. She moved to North Carolina. She met him. They went to the same high school. She actually always had a crush on him.
Okay.
Some people have been twisting up her words, and I hate when men get recant statements wrong. I hate that. But people are saying that she said that Steph wasn't her type. That is quite literally the opposite of what she said. He said that I never thought that I was his type. She said that all the girls in the church thought that he was the man, right? Like in the not at school with the basketball, but inside of they went to the same church. Said all the girls in the church thought that he was the man. Whenever she was around him, she was always nervous. She never actually thought that she was good enough for him, to the point that when he tried to first kiss her, she was pretty much like, yo, I didn't know that. She didn't kiss him because she like, yo, you want to kiss me? She's like, all right, well, try it again. Like
that's real important context, because that means that she actually has admiration for him, and she could potentially be saying, like, she could have a personality that he enjoy because she quirky, and he could understand this just how she talk. Like, she say silly stuff, but she means something completely other than what she's saying. Is that what you're saying, Real Dope?
I'm sorry, say that one more time. I was reading the comments.
All right. Does she have a quirky type of personality where he would not have a problem with her speaking and acting the way she does because he understands what she actually means? She's just not expressing it correctly. Is that what you're saying?
1,000% quirky is the right word for her.
Huh. And she is a fan of him and has admiration for him, and that was clear in the interview.
1,000%. She said that after she said that she wasn't her family. She don't come from a sports family. She didn't know much about sports at all. You know, her family, dad didn't. Nobody in her family watched sports. But when she started dating Steph, you know, after a while, she understood how important basketball was to him. And one time she because they live in different states. One time she couldn't make it to one of his games, and she said that she cried because she couldn't be there. So she was on the phone, like just crying, like I wish I was there to kind of just show support or whatever. And she was crying. So the interview, it wasn't really an interview; it was a conversation.
Your opinion walking away from this is that she loved a man for real or no?
Yeah, like it was so many like cute little love moments, little love stories about just like how they met and just different little small things about, you know, their relationship and little things. I thought it was an amazing conversation personally.
You and Willie watched the same interview?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, that's
hey man, hold on. This ain't real.
They gonna bail women. Yeah, they bailing them out. It's crazy.
This ain't real dope. This is public offender. Take the goddamn mask off. We know who you are, though. No, Willie. No, Willie. Don't save his ass. Don't save the public offender's ass.
No,
that's who this is up there. I know. I understand. No, I understand. But this is what it is. We got to accept the truth, Willie. Public offenders up there with that goddamn red hat on. Let me talk, because this is some bullshit. So admiration, you can't have admiration for a man you putting your business out in the goddamn street. JR, you remember I told you, I don't play that shit. It's a circle of two between me and my wife. If anybody needed though, we need a third party to hear us, it's going to be a therapist. Why did this heifer continue to go to a therapist and air all this bullshit out? Why did this heifer go to her goddamn psychiatrist and air all this shit out? Instead, she wanted to embarrass this man, publicly humiliate the man, but you Marcus, I can't use the word of admiration. How's that? When she's putting this business out in the streets, man, saying at the time, I didn't want to have a baby, didn't want to get married, didn't want a family. Ma'am, you're a failed actor. You just need to accept that shit. You're a failed actor. You weren't successful in your career, so you had to leech on to somebody who is successful. Guess what? You can still do it. Ma'am, I know you ain't taking care of them kids like that. You got a goddamn nanny. So, ma'am, anytime you get ready, you could turn your business over to your manager, your CEO, or whatever you got going on, your cookware, and go try to be successful in acting again. See if you're successful. Now, if you are, congratulations. But more than likely, you're not. You're not going to be. You know why? Because right now, everybody knows you as Curry. And if you get an acting job, it's because of that man, not because of your own merit. Because you failed as a young teenager, as a little girl, you're going to fail again without that man's name. Man, if you didn't want no kids, why did you have birth control? Man, if you didn't want to get married, why did you say yes? You didn't do none of those things. Once you found out, like you said, about who he is, she's seen eyes. She's seen them dollar bill. She's seen a meal ticket. Well, maybe if I could get with him and I build up my resume, he can help me push me forward. He's out there in California. So we already close, not too far away from Hollywood. It's just a plane ride away. That's all it is. A plane ride away. What's up, buddy?
All right, let me ask you this, bro. like, do you think I am happy with my wife and kids and how my life is right now?
You said, are you happy with them?
Do you think, in your opinion, would you say thank you, baby. Would you say I'm happy with my wife and kids and how things have turned out for me now?
That plate right there your wife just gave you, I say yes.
Okay, now what if I said I, in my opinion, didn't think I would ever get married? I thought I had like 4 women in and out the house every day. I'd just be fucking mad bitches and just living life like that with no family.
Mark, I understand, but let me tell you what I don't think you would do. You wouldn't tell the world that. You would embarrass your wife by saying that out in public. Now, there's nothing wrong you feeling that way. But when you cross the line and putting it to the world, you're doing a disservice. You're disrespecting your husband. You're disrespecting your family. You're disrespecting your kids. You're disrespecting the sanctity of your marriage. I promise you, real public offender, if you ask these 4 married men up here right now, if you ask these 4 men, would they be okay with their wives going on a public platform and sharing what was whatever issues they got in their house, whatever issues they felt like prior to get married to after that, would they be okay with that? Chill's already answered. He said, hell no. Marcus, how would you feel about that, buddy? Okay.
Yeah, hell no.
Trev, how would you feel about that, brother?
Yeah, that's a fuck no.
Same here for me. I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. Not in the Hinks household, we doing that.
The same.
You'll never know how I feel about like that. You'll never know I'm discussing. You won't. You know what? It's not your goddamn business.
You know what?
And if I have a problem with my wife, I'm going to take it up with her. And if I can't get that resolved with her, then we're going to get some private counseling to go from there. Go ahead, Will.
You know what it'll take for women to understand this? For ASAP Rocky to do this shit to Rihanna? Or for one of these other niggas who's married to a woman that has a big brand and she's the important person, it'll take one of us doing that to them before they'll understand what we're talking about. Because a lot of these women feel the same way. So they happy that she's saying things that makes them feel good about their lives. There's probably a lot of women out there who are successful or gave up dreams for men and feel like they'd be further along. So they're saying riding this woman's coattails because it makes them feel good. The problem is this though. If ASAP Rocky did this to Rihanna, these girls will be menstruating in these comments talking about ASAP Rocky ain't shit, boycott his music. Then they be calling them gay, sissies, all that stuff by them painting his fingernails. If he said anything remotely slanderous to Rihanna, because that would be like him coming out saying, well, shit, yeah, before I got with Rihanna, man, I ain't believe in marriage. Shit, I was trying to fuck all the bitches I could, and a couple boys too. But you know what I'm saying? We fell in love, so now here we are together. Like that's the type of shit that Ayesha Curry says. And it's not, and regardless of what she means, it's how the perception is. And everyone's perception is their reality. Clearly something is wrong with what she said when the majority or the most popular perception is that she's slandering this nigga's name. It's not about how any one of us took it, it's how the majority of us took it. And the majority of us took it like she just doing another woman trying to bring a nigga down. Like,
all right, question. Do you feel like the majority of what Kevin Samuels said was wrong based on the public perception?
Hell no.
But the public perception of
the public perception amongst women was that. But men were okay with it, and then enough women were okay with it to mean the majority of people were okay with Kevin Samuels and what he said. The only people that had a problem with Kevin Samuels were the bitches he was talking about and the niggas he was talking about.
I think I would say a majority of women had a negative opinion about Kevin Samuels.
No, I agree. I'll give you that. But that's my saying. So I'll say it was 70-30, right? But then 80% of men agree with it. So we take the 80% of men who agree with it, plus that 30% of women, that's 110. We're talking about 200%. That's the majority.
And Donald Glover put him in his show. And he was on his way to mainstream. Donald Glover, who's a liberal, put him in his show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because people rocked with him. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think 30% of women liked Kevin Samuels. I would lean more towards 20 to 15%. Because it's only the ones who not fat. It's only the ones who not old. It's only the one, like, you can't be
most married women didn't have an issue with him.
Most married women or wifely women had no issue with Kevin Samuels. It's these career single, miserable 3-4 baby daddy having, never been married, been engaged 9 times bitches that had an issue with Kevin Samuels. It's not the ones that we want. It's the ones that we don't care about. Like the 57% that's obese and overweight. It's the ones that been saying that the 84% that's filing for divorce, the ones over here like that hate niggas, those are the ones who hated Kevin Samuels. Because with one thing I learned about women, a hit dog will always holler. Anytime a man says something about a woman that they resonate with but's negative, they gonna get in their fucking feelings about it. They gonna take their tampon string and try to strangle that nigga so he'll shut up. Those are the only people who had an issue with Kevin Samuels. Nobody else did. And for the men's side, since y'all say you got to be fair, the only niggas who didn't like Kevin Samuels were the broke niggas. The niggas that he was shitting on, the ones that can't dress, can't talk, can't get women, were out of shape, stupid, deaf, dumb, and slow.
I have to agree. I have to disagree with you there. I would. A lot of people disagree with. A lot of people hated on him. Like a lot of people threw a lot of shade at him. Like you could go to a Charlemagne or like they're not broke. They got money, but
I kind of want to make sure we stay on topic on what
Kevin Samuels, facts. Yeah, but yeah. No, at the end of the day, yeah, Ayesha, like I said, like we know what era we're in. We just seen all these clips and dissertations about her, what she said. Like we know what kind of era we're in, and like that. Even that alone is just disturbing. It's just crazy, like how like you do an interview and all like the ability for people just to make these long form, dissertations on it is just it's crazy, and they know that that happens, and she
definitely knows that this wasn't her first bad take. If this were her first bad take, we'd be like, damn, she probably need to like not ever do podcast again. But she does this time and time again, and she sees how it's received and continues to do it, meaning she don't give a fuck about what's going on and how horrible this may make her husband look. She does not care.
Do you think this is part of that Gabrielle Union playbook where she gets to make herself more popular based around the way she interacts with her husband? Because Gabrielle Union kind of used that trans issue and kind of like little boy and her husband into something that women looked at her as empowered and boosted her social status amongst those groups. You think that that's possible with what she's doing?
So the only parallel that I would draw between those two is the main one you mentioned. The method is completely different, but yes, her actually coattailing and trying to bring herself attention based on her speaking about her husband. Because truth be told, I'm sure she's had other situations where she probably didn't talk about him and they fell flat, but because she's dogging her husband, it goes viral. So people are talking about her, and she's probably one of those people that thinks all attention is good attention.
I think.
Do you also, sometimes women be having survivors. Men do it too, like
survivors guilt.
So just hear me out. The women or people who be in happy, functional relationships might not want to put that part of the relationship on display. Because a lot of people aren't in that situation and look at her and say, oh, she got the perfect man, the perfect family, the perfect everything. Everything that she could possibly want, she got the fairy tale ending and beginning to that story, right? And other women would judge her and look down on her and disqualify her and tell her points don't matter. So she has to look for something crazy to say and throw it out there to become relatable. Because if not, people just would dismiss any point she make or anything she say, saying, you don't understand, you don't live the life we live. Type shit.
At the expense of her family, she'd have to be a very stupid human being to do that.
Hey, this is somebody in the chat said what I was about to say. This is the Jada Pinkett playbook, the Tia Mowry playbook. It's not the saying Gabrielle Union playbook, because I'm sorry, Steph Curry ain't going for that trans shit or any of that saying little boy me stuff. But this is the play. She's on that Jada Pinkett, Tia Mowry shit. Like I'm, willing to do anything to say. Like Jada Pinkett Smith, she is the queen of embarrassing, like I'm saying, fucking up a nigga's greatness. She just signed up for her class. Like Jada Pinkett is a shitty wife coach now, and all these bitches are signing up to go through her course.
That's crazy. Well, you probably experienced this though. You ever get around like C-suite or men that are high net worth individuals, and they play this game where they pretend like they wife they boss, and the wife be just like talking spicy, and that's kind of what this kind of remind me of, where she may not. I'm trying to put it together because I didn't see all the clips, but
I know and I think it's a joke between those men though. They do it because a lot of those guys, just because they make money. What I've learned is a lot of these guys that you're saying getting paid, $1 million a year, doing all this executive shit. all they are is good at their job. They not good with women. They not good with people. And they was in the right place at the right school at the right time. Met the right girl who decided, you know what, I can utilize this man. He's gonna be a good husband. And that's who they got married to. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying, they see him as a husband. They really view him as a means to an end. So
all right,
those are the guys that act like that.
Let me ask you this: if you could pick the perfect man you think Ayesha would actually be in love with, that you would say is a reasonable amount, what type of man would he be? Like, look like what? Like, okay,
a woman gonna because she got a better chance to get a woman
a
to tolerate
stud or a femme.
No, I give her. I at least give her that she probably get with like a femme. But it's what other man you think gonna take this shit and not beat her ass?
Like sometimes light skinned women don't be wanting to date light skinned men. They be wanting like.
Listen, I said that because I think two light skinned people make ugly babies.
They're not just light skin; they're the exact same type of light skin.
That's what I'm saying. I think that light skinned people who are both like light skinned with green up, they make the ugliest babies. So I completely understand where you're coming from.
You think the kids ugly?
Look at his face. He about to snap on y'all.
Bruh. Listen, look, if you just want me to say it out loud, just say it out loud. But you've seen these fucking kids as they grown up. Like, you've seen them, bro. So let's not act like they got the cutest kids.
Like vampires.
I think Shell's about to ask you. Go ahead, Shell.
I got a question for Willie. Willie, you watched the whole interview?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to. I always have to watch these shits, man, because one of the things that I'm never gonna be is just a clip nigga. Because I cook clip niggas for the takes they have based off of watching 2 or 3 minutes of a video. So I'll never do that.
Okay, cool. So then the question is, and real dope, you said you watched the whole thing too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Is it that she's just quirky and was just really just rambling off her truths, or do y'all think she's intentionally putting this out there in the way that she put it out there?
Yeah. Do you think it's malicious?
Right.
So I think that the entire because I was gonna let Willie go, but he didn't go. So I think that the entire.
He asked you.
I'm asking both of y'all. Either which one of y'all can go first. I'm just curious because I haven't seen the whole interview.
I don't think it was malicious. I just think that that's the point. So the cool part about it is, right, the why the shit happened doesn't fucking matter. If somebody accidentally steps on your shoe, or not even say that somebody accidentally hit your car, your fucking car will still hit. Doesn't matter if it was an accident or if it was intentional. At the end of the day, the end result is still there, that your car has been hit. Regardless of that she meant to embarrass her husband or she meant to slander this nigga's name, that's what the fuck happened. Regardless of what the intention was. And then it's not her first.
I think the intent really matters.
Nah, but that does matter though, Willie.
Wait, it would matter if it was a first time. This isn't the first time. Every time you put a microphone in front of this lady's face, she is slandering her husband and having us, the masses, looking at that nigga like he's retarded. Like, damn, bro, this the bitch you picked? Of all the women in the world you had, this the one you end up with, gave 3 babies to, and it's probably going to end up giving $50,000 a month in child support for. This the one you picked, bro? Like, it's not her first time. Like, once shame on you, nigga, twice shame on me. This is like her 5th time embarrassing this nigga.
Why is nobody spoken on the joint where she said she want the male attention? Like, y'all just overlooking that. Y'all just like laughing and snickering.
The reason why no one has said anything is because the women gonna defend it, because women love defending.
But these dudes are defending it.
It's an easy talking point. Like, we don't have to. It's common fucking sense that no married woman should be saying, "Oh, I wish I got sex with this."
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who's defending it? What
he is? Dope. And I respect Dope for standing.
Public offender is the only one defending this shit. Public offender.
It's Dope is there, and a lot of men like Dope defending, and that's not even a shot to you. I'm just saying, like, because I respect that you're not, you being contrarian, but it's not.
I'm not being contrarian. I'm just.
That's how you really think.
There's no really
thanks.
There's no way you can't rationalize that. You can't rationalize.
Look, if we talking about,
no, you really think like that? Ain't right.
No, you can't rationalize that. Please tell me your rationale for her saying that she wants male attention, please.
Yeah, hold on. Before you do that, though, I want to, because I got Willie's answer to the question.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out, did you think it was unintentional or malicious, like NY said?
I don't think it was malicious at all. I think that it was a conversation I think that she was being forthcoming. I think that she was comfortable. I think she was very comfortable in the conversation, and I think that we learned a lot about her.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that anything she said was malicious. I don't think that she was necessarily backtracking as if she, when she cleaned things up. I don't think she cleaned things up as if she said something wrong. I think that she just was truly saying how she felt, and she was truly. And a lot of times I'll say something, and it's like, oh, I don't want people to have the wrong interpretation of what I'm saying. I want them to know holistically what I truly feel. So after I say something that might sound off to people, I'll clarify it more. You know, so I don't think that she was backtracking at all. But I want people to truly understand my full position. I don't want you to just understand like the salacious part of what I said and how people are going to take it.
Did you walk away liking her more or less watching this interview?
Me, I walked away liking her more.
Why?
Because I had more context to her. I understood a little bit more about who she is. I got to see how she is a normal person, and I got to see where she's grounded at. At one point in the interview, she said she was talking about paying her daughter and her niece or cousin $20 to clean up the kitchen. And I was just thinking, like, that's interesting. Like, people who are worth hundreds of millions of dollars and your kids who are teenagers are still like, yo, yeah, let me get that $20. I thought that was interesting. So I learned a lot about them as people, as a human, and I learned a lot.
So do you think this was a net negative or positive to her relationship?
I think it was either. I think it was net neutral.
If they was broke,
that's
would
bullshit.
you still feel the same way about
I
this?
don't.
Real dope?
I truly don't. I truly don't think Steph cares when she goes on podcasts. I truly think he knows his woman. I think everything that she said, he already knows, and I don't think that he cares about the opinions of people who are committed to misunderstanding somebody.
This is what they were saying about Will. This is what they were saying about Jada too, and you know what I'm saying, and all the other women that.
Listen, I
this
want
is
to let
ridiculous.
You know, I detest Jada. I detest Gabrielle Union. Right, those are two. I think she made his son a trans. I think she did. I think she kind of like was like, yo, you can paint your nails. Don't let nobody tell you can't. I think she did all of that. Right.
You will believe that, but you won't believe that she's being malicious.
It's not just what I believe. It's what I deduce from things. I go and I get as much information as possible, and I deduce something.
For sure.
You know,
but Gabrielle Union do got a history of like extreme trauma and using that as an outlet to rage against men, the machine, after she got raped. So I can understand why and then she D Wade got the girl pregnant and she was made a public mockery. So I could see her weaponizing his child in that way against him as a way of getting her revenge, especially seeing how heinous men have treated her in the past. I could see that. What would be Ayesha Curry catalyst to make her like as malicious as a Gabrielle Union?
I don't think that's what she is. I think Gabrielle Union is oh, I'm sorry, say it again.
I'm asking Watch. What do you think her catalyst to make her malicious like that is?
I think the current social climate, the current huh?
Think so?
What?
What? That's fine. Yeah, no, you're saying
what are you talking about?
You said what would make her, you know, have vitriol in her comments, and like, is that what you're saying? Like,
You're asking like why would she do it maliciously? Because both Real Dope and Willie are saying they don't think it's malicious, even though they have different perspectives on it. You were saying you think it's malicious. Why do you think it's malicious?
The headphones is fucking me up. Yeah. All right. Yeah. No. I think
raging red pill liberal.
Who, me? No, I'm not. No.
What?
I'm a raging red pill. I got the red light for the red pill. No. This is the current you know climate, the current zeitgeist. You know, it's like a very anti-male zeitgeist. Is very anti-family. You know, and culture we're in. So believe it or not, it seeps in. You know, it's in all the movies. It's in subtle programming and all the film and media that everybody consumes, you know, and women are more susceptible to propaganda such as that. So it all ties in, you know, it makes women feel empowered enough to say.
Would you say she's jealous of him?
I don't even know if it's. Here's the thing, like, I don't even know if it's jealousy. I think it's really, I really think it's like the social mind virus, where it's though like a lot of women are being like programmed quite literally through these social media platforms to have a not a jealousy, but like a of maybe like a anger or vitriol towards their like current situation, or I really can't. Maybe Beeman can probably articulate it better than I can if he understands what I'm saying. But
Yeah,
I just feel
you sound confused, brother. Let me help you out. Yes, Marcus, I do think she's jealous because she said it before when she made a statement talking about she want more men in her DMs, like her husband was getting all the attention. Yes, it's jealous. She's jealous. Again, she wanted to be a child actor and thought she was going to have sex with her because she expected this man to be a low budget high school teacher in the backwoods of Carolina somewhere. That's what she was thinking. That's what she was hoping. And like she said, she really wasn't. She was trying to find her an actor, a man who's an actor, and hoping they could be a power couple together. But she failed at it. She wasn't good enough. So I guess she felt like she settled for somebody like Steph. Now, if Steph knows these things and still allowing that, well, he's a weak ass man to me. He's a weak man for knowing this stuff and allowing it to go down. That's a weak man. And I feel bad. But look, I'm not surprised by this. He's soft as hell. He's got two different type of ethnic DNA, and that white side must be coming out in his ass. So I'm gonna leave it there, man. Yeah, I think so, dog. I think this what it is.
I don't think she's jealous. I think she's envious. I think she envies the attention that he gets. I think that she envies the fact that he's the one that's important and that she's not. I think that she envies the fact that he has the freedom to, to do all the things that he wants to do, that he's getting to live his dream. And I think that she's envious of all of that. And I think that a lot of the time that seeps out, and which is when we have these types of issues. Like when it bubbles up, then she's like, let me go on an interview so I can pop my shit for a little bit. But she's not envious of the fact, of the rest of the women that she wants to be like, or they want to be like her. She's not envious of them because they have bullshit lives just doing regular shit. Like when, she's living in $1 million mansions, flying first class, doing all that other shit. Like, so she only envies the pieces she doesn't have. So like she envies that 20%, like the 80-20 rule. She envies the 20% that she doesn't have. And it's a lot of the times when you start focusing on that 20%, you neglect the 80. Because not once is she out here saying, my man is one of the most important athletes in the world. He's an icon. You don't see her doing anything where she's upping him as he is now. It's always talking about some old shit. Like she's never bigging up her man. She's never putting him on a platform. She's never speaking positively of him outside of commercials or press conferences.
Maybe I'll play this clip really quickly.
Curry needed a whole phase. That's what I heard one of these birds say. What good did the whole phase do for a lot of y'all? Only thing a lot of y'all benefited from it was STDs, babies, men who didn't want you, dog walked you, and then eventually you just ended up with a bunch of emotional trauma that you carry on into every situation that you've been in since that point. The only thing I took from what Ayesha Curry said is that she wanted the boss chick. She wanted to be the most important person in that relationship. She wanted to be the well-known, famous person. She wanted to be famous in her own merit. She didn't want to be Steph Curry's wife. She didn't want to be known for being somebody's wife. She wanted to be the person that was known, and then the other person who was with her would be the person who would be associated with being with Ayesha Curry. That's what I took from it. It sounds more like it's ego-driven more than anything, not sex-driven. Every time she opened her mouth, it seems like it's ego-driven, right? Even down to the wanting attention from men. I don't think she wanted attention from men so she could sleep with a bunch of men. I think she wanted attention from men, again, to boost her ego. I think people forget just how young she was when she got with Steph Curry. So her saying that she didn't dream of being a mother or a wife at that time, that's not unheard of. That's not really that crazy. Sometimes people never change their mind about it, and sometimes you meet a person and make you change your mind about it. One thing I can guarantee you is that Ayesha Curry, regardless of how she feel or what she thinks she might have missed out on, she would never trade places with the people who telling her to have a whole phase. She would never trade places with you, right? She would never give up what she ended up with to take what you got. And y'all men who talking about she embarrassing Steph Curry, he's married to her. They have to see each other every day. They talk to each other every day. If he really wanted her to shut up and stop doing these interviews and saying the stuff that she be saying, she probably would be doing the interviews and saying the stuff that she be saying. So clearly he ain't really got that big of a problem with what she be running around her mouth saying. He probably done heard her say it before. I'm sure that's not the first time he's heard it out his wife's mouth. Keyword, his wife's mouth that he's been married to for years. Y'all men don't keep the same energy when it comes to disrespect that you do when women disrespect the men that they with, right? You don't seem to have a big enough problem with men disrespecting the women that they be with the way you do when women disrespect the men that they with. It's disrespectful regardless of who do it. Embarrassing your partner is never cool, man or woman. You don't disrespect your partner. You don't say crazy stuff about your partner in front of company. Whatever you feel about your partner, you take that up with your partner, but you don't say that kind of stuff in public. It's wrong on man or woman's side. To bring the point back home, no, she didn't need a whole phase, and y'all love giving out terrible advice to other women so that they can end up in the same boat as you. But the reality is most of y'all didn't benefit from having one, and nobody usually does.
Hey, what year would she have been in LA to go through her whole phase?
She was 17. I don't know. She like what, 36 now? And that would have been 20 years ago.
17 in LA. Definitely, she had time for a whole phase.
No, I'm saying, what year was this? 2000 and what? 12.
It would have been 20 years ago. So like 05 maybe. Is my math wrong? That just sounds like a long time.
No,
you're right.
19 years ago. She's 36. So when she was 17, she was the math. So that's 19 years, right? Cool. So 2025 minus 19, that's 2006. She was definitely out there. She was in time to be a whole phase, especially 2006 in LA. Like when Luda and T.I. was like rapping. Yeah, she definitely had time.
Yeah, I don't think Steph's peers respect him less because of this. I think Steph's peers understand it, so I don't think he's tripping off it at all. I know like a lot of the guys on the internet and us and people like us and stuff like that are commenting on this. But what I've been hearing from his peers are like they've been coming out and like, yo, I understand what she's saying. I totally understand it. So I'm pretty sure why that's one of the reasons why he doesn't actually care. I'm one of those people who I don't care about the opinions of unreasonable people. I was just I had to me and Will was on a fucking post on Instagram kind of dealing with these feminists before like a week ago. And like they was all unreasonable. I don't care what y'all saying. Y'all, none of y'all make sense. Y'all all unreasonable. I could care less about your opinions. And y'all know what the girls, they all going to attack you and say the same shit. They all say the same shit. But I don't think people should care about the opinions of people who are being unreasonable or people who don't have context and don't require context.
Public offender. Now you the one who sit there you will leave your son behind if a woman disrespected you. Right? You said this on King Talk.
I've never
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You said if my woman or my wife or whichever one, whatever lady was in your life, whatever title you gave her, you said if she disrespects me, I'm leaving. I'm leaving my son. If he don't understand why I did it, then fuck his punk ass. That's what you said, real dope. But now you sit there and talk about, well, you ain't gotta do all that. Come on, man. You sound double-minded, brother.
Hank, are you willing to accept the fact that you are butchering what I said?
I don't think I am, brother. If I am, please correct me. I'm more than willing to be corrected.
It was a question that was asked. Is being in your kid's life worth your manhood? I said no. It's not optional. My manhood, my masculinity is not optional. I'm not giving it up. It's not worth being in my kids' lives. I'm one of those people who think I truly. You're a religious man. Do you believe wife over a child? You believe wife before child? So there are some things that you put before your kids.
My wife.
Your wife, you put God before your kids?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I have a slightly different belief system, but there are some things that I put before my kids. I wouldn't be gay for my kids. If somebody said, "Oh, do some gay," it is what it is. I say this shit to my homie all the time. I used to be like, "Yo, would you do anything to save your kids?" He'd be like, "Yeah." I'd be like, "You gay?" I do almost anything to save my kids. It is what it is.
Dog, let's go back to what I addressed you and accused you of. And that was you sit there and made a statement that you're willing to leave. You just sit there and said it again. You're willing to walk away, right? But in the same breath, with this Ayesha thing, you should have said, "No, man, I don't see nothing wrong with it." She's publicly embarrassed the man. She's challenging his manhood, testing his gangster, and look, I believe he knows it. And yeah, you're right. His peers don't respect him, as they shouldn't. Not on this situation. Why would you? You the leader of the team, but you ain't got your house in order.
That's not what I said.
You ain't got your wife in order.
I said
you ain't got your situation in order. See, that means something. I look, I don't deal with dudes who don't have this shit on. Like I said before, man, if you're not in your kid's life, I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with you. If you're a deadbeat, I don't want to deal with you, dog. I think you're a loser. I'm the only one that said I wouldn't give up on my kids. Never. I will fight to the end. I said this, and I mean that to the end.
Even
I
if
wouldn't deal with somebody like that.
Even if your kids was disrespecting your wife, and they wouldn't stop, and she said,
I would
"Yo,
bust him in his goddamn mouth."
But let's say he didn't stop. Let's say he said, "Yo, he got to go."
Then guess what? He won't come around until he learns how to respect my wife.
But he may not never come around if he never learned how to respect your
then
wife.
if that's the case, Lord be with him.
Same thing. You give up.
No,
on
I didn't
your
give up on him. No, I didn't give up on him. He knows what the deal is. I didn't give up on him. I'm gonna still love him, and my door will always be open for him. But he knows what he has to do.
My door will always be open if my son when he want to not be a bitch ass nigga. My door will be open for my son too.
You left. You said you leaving him.
Yeah, like you said, yo, if he gotta go, he gotta go. You wife before the kids. Stand on it.
Exactly. But you said your wife was disrespecting you, and you gonna willing to leave your wife with the kid. That's what you said.
If my wife is disrespecting me, she gonna get checked, and it's going, you know, we're gonna fix that problem.
You said if she gonna test your manhood.
No, it wasn't. For one, we was talking about baby moms. We wasn't talking about my wife. My wife is under my rule. Everybody in this house belong to me. Everybody in this house do what I say. That's how that works.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna let public offender live.
I still got questions because my whole thing, what exactly do you qualify as taking your manhood from you outside of doing some homo stuff? Like, don't use that as an example. What is an example of somebody taking your manhood from you?
I think if a woman is insisting on being in full control of my children's upbringing, that's one form of it, right? I'm not saying that's radical enough for me to immediately leave. That's one form. I don't believe that women should be in any capacity should be the leader of a family or the leader of children when there's a man there. You're not giving my son a good example of how the world works and how his family is going to work when he get older. He's seeing you talk shit about his dad, tell his dad what he can and what he can't do, when he going to see his son, all this other type of stuff. If I allow that that idea to be what my son sees of a family and of women, and this is who women are supposed to be, hell no, that's never happening. We're going to fix that issue. But there are certain instances where I think women castrate men, and nobody ever going to castrate me. It just is what it is.
So you're saying if a woman, like in quick terms, tell me, like, if she do this, I'm out. Like real quick, like 40 seconds.
It ain't no
doing this, I'm leaving.
It ain't no out. So when I spoke about this before, I made sure I said it like, yo, I'm going to fight. I'm gonna do everything that I can. I'm gonna do everything that I can. It is, it is what it is. But I do think that there's a limit for a lot of men. I'm always fighting.
So
Listen,
No, he ain't talking about any man. He talking about you, real dope. What would you do?
So if she try and be like, you bitch ass nigga, you need to come visit your kids when I say so. You can get them Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. And you like, I can't do it. If she don't agree, you gonna leave for good.
So
then
I'm gonna tell you realistically how that would happen. Women who have been in my life don't really play with me like that because they know me. They know I will go to the ends of the earth, and that I'm just one of those people that you don't play with like that because I have the money that you don't have to fight you tooth and nail in court, and you're not going to win because you're not going to beat me to no punch. You're not smarter than me, and they know they're not smarter than me. They might have girls getting if girls get in the ear, whatever. Like that's like the women in my life. I got all 3 of my kids. They all live with me, all 3 different women. So I don't have that experience.
I'm still low key confused. Oh, what exactly is the thing you leaving for? But we can move on.
I am too because I remember what happened on Wednesday, and this conversation we had on last Wednesday is different from tonight. I tell you that.
Listen, I can't really think of I can't necessarily. It's a job to kind of pull a scenario out of my head where I will leave my kids, but just you understand.
Right, but hold on, pause right there. The thing that made you say in your mind, I'm leaving if this happened. What is that thing? Is what I'm trying to figure out. Because you made the initial statement, before I give up my manhood, I'll walk away from these kids. Okay,
yeah.
So which specific thing triggered that thought process is what I'm trying to figure out.
Shit,
That's
how
where
about y'all throw some shit out? And we'll see if which one of the things I leave. Let's all put some effort in.
No, but hold on.
Would you leave? All right, I'll do it. I got plenty of scenarios. You go, champ. Would you leave if your daughter tried to turn, if your wife or your whoever tried to turn your son into a girl?
Try to turn my son into a girl. If I don't, if it comes down to like where the court is telling me I can't say shit, she's telling me I can't say shit. Fuck out of here. I'm out.
God damn. So hold on, dog. Now Wednesday said you don't need no piece of paper for you to make you do the right thing. These dudes don't out here be doing right. They gotta have a piece of paper to make them do the right thing. You remember you said that Wednesday?
Absolutely.
And so what? You gonna leave your kids?
I'm doing the right
because
thing.
they decided to cross over like Allen,
I'm doing the
like
right
AI.
thing. I'm doing the right thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Leaving your kids is the right thing.
Just
God
understand
dang.
this: if my wife
God dang.
tried to tell me that she was going to turn our child, my son, into a girl, I'm going to prison, and he won't have a father for 20 years.
Fair enough. That's different than leaving. Now, can you
I'm
give us
leaving.
some more examples?
Like, no, I'm leaving. I'm temporarily. Like,
no. That's
Well, you
not
leaving because you're going to jail or going to prison. That's why you leaving.
yeah.
Lock his ass up. You going to jail.
Shit.
You
Dope
going
said
to
I'm
jail.
going because goddamn right. Dope said I'm leaving just because I don't feel like being there. Don't want to deal with this shit. It's too much for me.
I just want to say that I am so glad that I am the type of person that listens closely and I understand how important words is, and I try my hardest to not chop people fucking words up because y'all do that shit.
We didn't.
Y'all, I'm not trying to chop it up. I keep
got you. You ain't chopping up my words. Hank chop up my words
No.
every fucking show.
No, I didn't. We'll look. Willie gave you the scenario. You told us what you would do. I'm just reminding you what you said. Man, these brothers, they soft. They got to have a piece of paper to make them to take up their responsibility to do what they need to do. Okay, yeah. I'm calling your bluff on that bullshit. A public offender. Why would you do this? You don't need a piece of paper to do your job to stay around.
I will never need a piece of paper to do what's right or to hold myself accountable to do what's right.
Okay, cool. Then why are you leaving your goddamn kids?
What you don't realize is that what you think is right is not what I think is right. I'm always
here we go. Boy, you backpedaling like a politician, ain't you? I know that's right.
I mean, he does that. He got a point.
No,
there,
that is true.
right.
You do got a different. I agree with that.
Shit, boy, you backpedaling like a politician. I know that's right, though.
If you say so.
Hey, oh, you doing a crab walk right now. You doing a crab walk.
Yeah. It's another clip that talked about women getting married later versus young.
In my comments saying if we focus on ourselves in our 20s, nobody's gonna want us because we're gonna be too old. The gag is we don't want y'all no more. That's the point of the video. That old school saying applied when y'all were providers, okay? We were taught at a young age to secure a family and a husband for stability only. Please don't think women's primary goal is to have a man and have a family. That is back in the day when you guys were head of household. However, now we are head of household. And to be honest, y'all not too fun to be around. Y'all not that cute or aesthetically pleasing. As women, we are the financial stability. That's why we're not too pressed on being with men right now and having kids. How would that benefit us? If anything, we're going to take on more responsibility in the household, and we also are going to have to take time off to bear children. So until y'all go back to being the providers, I guarantee you, y'all are not on our priority list. Until y'all able to take care of y'allselves and the family, leave us alone, because we irritated.
Okay, so if you don't have kids, sister, and you not married, please, 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 please take that off the top of your list of things to do in this lifetime. There is so much more to life. The marriage is going to come. The kids are going to come. And they're going to be there. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you're not 30 and up, marriage and kids are still very much so in your foreseeable future. Even if you 30. I really say 40 for real. Like 40 is probably like some of the latter years. But it doesn't have to be your only goal and aspiration in life. What are your career goals? What are your financial goals? Where do you want to travel? What do you want to experience and do prior to bringing children into this world? What do you desire to experience and do prior to getting married? Okay, there's a lot of beauty in those single seasons, as well as those seasons of just being boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't know why so many people just downplay that. They act like boyfriend and girlfriend is not a thing anymore. And I get it, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend's not in the Bible for those who feel like, you know, it's supposed to be marriage or nothing. But in my honest opinion, just enjoy every phase that you're at. You don't have to rush to get any of this stuff. It's going to be there. Okay? There's kids that are going to be there down the line. You don't got to rush to have kids in your early 20s. And trust me, if you do, you are going to regret it. You're going to be looking up like, damn, I should have lived in some of my 20s. I should have chased my dreams and did some of the things that I wanted to do. But I sacrificed my 20s because I was rushing, you know, to do grown folks things. And I could have been, you know, outside just living carefree. But now I'm responsible for the life of another human, and my priorities have shifted significantly. Okay?
Majority of men in America earn less than $80,000 a year, meaning that majority of men in America are average earners. Majority of households in America are two-income households. So yes, you know what that means? It means that you are likely going to have to get with an average earning man, and together you guys are going to build and accumulate wealth together. That is what lots of successful, happy married couples have done. That is not promoting struggle love. That is reality. I'm sorry, I'm going to continue to preach about reality because Shira has many of you living in a fictional narrative where there are enough rich men to go around, and one of them is just going to come and swoop you off your feet and pay all of your bills. I'm sorry. Stop looking for a savior in a man.
What are you guys thinking?
The first girl just talking about the niggas that she has access to. She would never say that about the men that she actually wants. And when women have those talking points, it's only because they can't get those men. They only have access to men they don't want and not the ones they do. Because if she had access to the men that she wanted, she wouldn't be single. She wouldn't have that mindset because she'd have a man who'd be giving her all the things that she wants. The idea that a woman having to date an average guy, an average woman have to date an average guy is wrong. It's crazy to me. Because if you do get with average man, at least y'all are splitting shit, because the idea of, or if for what she said to be true, which was if she gets with a man, she's gonna be taking on more responsibility. That's just not mathematically possible. Because we're not saying that women don't get with men and start taking care of them. On average, of I'd say 90% of the time, a woman doesn't get with the man and make him better. She doesn't get with the man and make his financial burden easier. She gets with the man and gives him companionship, company, and all the other household shit. the way these women talk, when you look at them, they're always single and overfucked and underloved. And that's how they come to this point. So she's gonna wait till she's 40, where she'll still be pretty, and just think now she's gonna go find a man who's gonna take up with it, like come save her from her 40-year-old life of, she's saying, collecting first, second, third dates and the dick that comes with it.
Well, the thing about it, that first chick, I thought that was Ray at first when I first looked at her, man. Dang. Yeah.
What part specifically made you think it was Ray?
The rhetoric.
Talk about the part of it.
Never mind. No, don't even answer.
You funny. Okay. You funny as shit, bro. You funny. You funny.
But as far as the conversation, man, look. These ladies act like all women are beautiful. We know, ladies. I don't think there's no ugly women in the world. All these women are beautiful in some form of fashion. Now, maybe some of you beautiful women could probably get away with some of the things they talk about. Maybe y'all can. But in reality, y'all won't. 85% of y'all ugly than a motherfucker. What is your exterior or your interior? Because you got an ugly personality that makes you look shitty. So if that's the case, what makes you think you're gonna get lucky enough to get that man? Look, ain't too many steps around. Real dope about to get married, so he gonna be off the market here. He ain't gonna be able to come save your ass. Unless Ayesha Curry decided to divorce that man, he ain't on the market either. Unless you want to be a plan B chick. And some of you have us, that's all you're worthy enough is being a plan B chick. You're not good enough for the title of a wife.
Damn.
You should be called a side whore. That's your titles for most of you heifers. Now, unless that's what y'all want to be, y'all ain't gonna get it. So you're gonna have to settle for something. Whatever it is, whether it's the average earning man or below average man, or you want that thug dude. Good luck with that shit. Good luck.
So if the lady, right, I'm just addressing the first one, right? If she doesn't really care about being around men or impressing them, who does she put that pound of makeup on for? These women just be lying, bro. She's obviously lonely.
She'll say for other women.
Huh? She said for other women?
She will say for other women to hit her beauty goals, her travel goals, and her career goals. Typical
that's
online social media.
Weird. Just imagine me saying that. I go ahead and get fly for the other men.
Yeah, it would be gay.
Right. Right.
Very, very
so,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, those the third one I think had some good points, but the first two, it's like this is just a depiction of why we talk about 1 in 4 will marry, because of that mindset. You think that you're gonna get to 40 years old, hit a buzzer beater, and then go ahead and in IVF, and then now okay, you gonna have all the kids you want. It doesn't work like that. That's not reality. This is more fantasy shit they talk about. That shit don't even happen at Disney. That's not how it go. They're making it seem like you getting with somebody early is just going to be a burden. Like you're going to be sitting here waiting hand and foot on a dude. Your life is going to be objectively easier. Men make your life easier. I mean, I don't know who she's got with. Maybe she, to me, if I were to assume, I would say she probably was punching outside of weight class and got with dudes who would just discard her and not really care for her. You know what I'm saying? Just run and gunning because they might not have found any value in her. And rather than her self-reflecting on the issue and soul searching to figure out what it is that she wasn't offering a man that would be valuable, she just say, oh, they all assholes. Not realizing that she's probably not fun to be around.
I think they like, so you know how you were saying that if a man was to get with her in her 40s where she's just barely, what she's in geriatric pregnancy like space, and her body has changed and all that, like I don't know about like most men.
Probably
Maybe y'all feel different.
postmenopausal.
Yeah. So do
Pre,
y'all feel a
pre.
way if you get with the woman after she's fallen completely off, as opposed to when she looked her like? Are men like looking for like she's sending women off a cliff? She telling them to waste
Yeah.
their youth because what they don't realize is you can pay into a relationship bank account where you was with a man through your best times. So as you age with him, he not tripping about the changes that your body go through the same way as if he just met you.
So
And
so
they
that's the
bodies.
equivalent. That's the equivalent
Go
to
ahead.
me of buying a Benz with 150,000 miles. It's still a Benz, right? But it's an old Benz, and it's now more of a liability than anything else. It's not going to run right. You're going to be pouring more money into it, and it's an absolute liability at that point. So I don't understand
And you
why.
didn't put the 150,000 miles on it. You have no idea
Right.
what type
You
of
bought it
miles
with
they
the
were.
150,000 miles. You like the sixth owner, and it's probably a rental. Everybody done dogged that shit. And now I'm supposed to pay full price for it. Fuck out of here.
As long as you're not fat, you'll find a nigga when you get older.
So,
hey, real dope.
Wait, real dope. What you saying, bro?
Do you get paid per?
I'm saying these niggas ain't getting bitches like that. Y'all, they ain't me.
Right.
Oh damn.
Okay. So, all right. So you're encouraging women to wait until
Goddamn public offender.
40 to go ahead and start searching for men, and they're
No, I
going to
don't
have the outcome that they desire. What do you think are
I
going
don't
to
agree
be the
with that.
results that they yield? So, what are the results they're going to yield if they wait until they're 40? Do you think they're likely to have a better outcome or a worse outcome?
Oh, I don't agree with that. I think they probably have a worse outcome.
Shit, well, say that because what you're saying is
Well,
absolutely misleading.
I do think that if you're not fat, like if you can at least maintain your physical, you'll be all right though. I do believe that.
Would you get with a 40-year-old woman? Would you get with a 40-year-old woman right now or no?
Well, hell no, I'm 32. So I wouldn't do that.
Yes or
but
no? Oh,
no,
okay.
I wouldn't.
Why
I wouldn't.
not? What's the difference?
I'm
Was she
32.
not fat though? Was she not fat though?
I'm not at her age. I'm not. It don't make sense for me to date a woman older than me. That's just not how that normally works. But I think if she wants a man her age, absolutely. I think if you look good, listen. If you look good, it's a lot of niggas who got divorces and they out and they single. If you look good at that age, you are going to get a nigga. It's the same way like right now. If you got 2 kids and 2 baby fathers, if you look good, you're going to find a nigga. It just is what it is.
What if it's a man who wants a few children?
You ready to bet?
I don't know. That's their business.
What do you know? What do you think will happen? What I'm saying is, what do you think is going to happen? Let's say I want like 3 kids. What do you think I'm going to do? Do you think I'm going to grab somebody? Let's say I'm 40, right?
Yeah.
Or even my age right now.
40 and you
if I
want
want 3 kids right now, do you think my best bet is to go ahead and grab me somebody in their 40s or no?
No, I don't think that's your best bet. Even I would like to think that a man that's 40 with no kids, it's rare that he's still trying to have kids, but you know.
This is the problem that 40-year-old women have, or we'll just say women in this age group that have these conversations. Anything that she can say about herself, she's educated, she's lived life, she's experienced, she's well traveled, she got her whole face with all the other shit, right? The problem that they have is that who else can say that shit? A girl that's 25, a girl that's 30, and a girl that's 35. So there's nothing special that they're going to say about, well, I waited so long because I wanted to do this. So now, I'm older and that shit doesn't benefit us. It only benefits them. Like by say us, it doesn't benefit us as men. Because again, she could say, yeah, I did all this shit. But so is a girl who's 30 that has done all the same shit though. There's younger women who've done the same things these 40-year-old women do. So I see a lot of these 40-year-old, career single women trying to talk against, valuing younger women because that's their competition. You muted, Trev.
You might be talking.
No, I wasn't trying to cut you off. I was over here reading the chats, laughing.
All right. I did have one more clip if y'all done with this. Yeah. All right, here we go. You ready, M. White? Okay.
Chat, the reason why I feel like the NBA gonna fall off and the NBA had gotten soft because niggas' moms ain't built like 2005 Fantasia no more. Monique Parker, Patti LaBelle, nigga. See what I'm saying? That's how your mama gotta be built. You niggas is marrying and impregnating these badass, overly badass bitches and thinking your son finna come out a dog. He's not. He's finna be buns, nigga. Sorry to tell you, gang. Facts, bro. Niggas' moms ain't momming no more, bro. Look at Derrick Rose mama. His mama look like a dyke, nigga. She whoop your ass, nigga. Kevin Durant mama, she look like she got stupid squabbles, nigga. You niggas think you finna get Ruby Rose and Tyler pregnant and your son finna come out an animal. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. It's not happening, gang. I swear to God, it's not happening. If you wanna go bad, bitch, do what Carmelo Anthony did. Lala Anthony. You see how she built? She pretty as hell, but she big. She tall, she got meat on her bone. That's how you go. Go Meg Thee Stallion. That's the way you go. Nigga, Lizzo would give your ass a crazy ass fullback, nigga. Facts, nigga. Lizzo would give your ass a Marshawn Lynch, nigga. Facts, bro. Stop marrying. Bro, if you think you finna get no, bro, Karuchi pregnant and your son finna come out an animal, he's not, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Count that athletic shit out. He fuck around making it to be good in high school and shit, but past high school, that shit is over with. The best athletes come from broken homes and moms who built like dykes. That's it, bro.
I feel bad because this nigga is not lying. Like I was trying to think about it, but I'm not trying to be funny. Look at Tank Davis. Look at his parents. Like, you seen his mom? She looked like you were saying the dyke from Set It Off. Like with a one goal in her mouth. Super sweet lady though. Super sweet. But again, you don't see none of these people's parents. Like, yeah, I'm really trying to find like an exception to the rule. But no, like if your mama fine and saying like and they was an athlete and your dad, you tend to be ass, bro. He is not wrong.
Yeah, I was at my son's football game and it was this guy was yelling. He had that coach voice, you know, a little raspy to it, loud. And then I seen his wife.
Sound like he been smoking them Newports.
Nah, I mean like he had like an Oregon. Like he probably played football. Maybe he coached or something, man. He looked like he might have came from like an athletic background or some sort, either worked in the industry the way he was coaching his son out there yelling. But his wife she was just as tall as him. He was about 6'4". She might have been at least about 6'1". So like I think that might have been strategic. And I heard conversations like this where people will pick a mate based off of like how they look if they're athletic so that their children can excel well as well.
Your boy St. Pierre, what's your boy Brown? His dad said he initially picked his wife because she had a square chin. He knew she was gonna produce some good ass babies. Yeah,
JR, you see me in the comments of this video?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I watched this video maybe 100 times, and me and my wife was talking about it all last night. I even gave her some extra weight. Like, you bigger, right? You big enough to, like, man. Oh, shit. It's true. I think it is true. I'm hoping, because my wife ain't the tallest, but she do got some she gained weight as she got older a little bit. So points there. But like a supreme athlete, I think I probably would have had to find like a 6'4", 6'5", Brittany Griner, and then I can guarantee a KD or what's the
froze on.
He froze, yeah.
That's because he said that bullshit just now, talking about some Brittany Griner.
That's
Brittany
crazy.
Griner, dude.
Brittany Griner's
God.
Like, I think it might have been like LeVar Ball. I think he did
stopped him in his tracks with that bullshit. The fuck?
Well, hey, look at God, Trev. Look at God.
Right?
Oh, we can't have this shit.
Like when he said Brittany, I just started thinking about Renner. I didn't realize.
Nah, he said
Griner.
because Brittany Renner is like probably 5 even or some shit.
Well, like he said a tall Brittany, I thought he might have meant because of her personality, how she is, that she be firing off. So I'm like, okay, a tall Brittany Renner, but he said Griner.
Yeah, I would have been okay if he said Angel Reese or something. God damn, Brittany Griner.
Yeah, good. God damn.
She might pull out a goddamn slong.
You went from one of the bugs from
you gonna be
from
sewer fighting, bro.
Yeah, you be over fighting and shit.
Yeah, I
What'd you say,
believe.
Will?
I said you went from one of them bug things from Men in Black with Brittany Griner to the Ice Age nigga, the sloth from what's his name? Sid. When you talk about Angel, what's her name? Angel.
Yeah. I
I
had to look that up the first time you told us about that. I said, God damn, she does.
Was I wrong?
No,
was I wrong?
It
Tell me,
was
bro,
bad
I'm
though.
you wrong on internet, dog.
It was bad. It was
I'll go do
bad.
it.
But yeah, look, man, it's fun to happen. Go ahead.
I was about to say, I do believe in like breeding for like genetics. It makes perfect sense. I know I got one of my baby moms 6'2", the other one 6 foot. My girl 6 foot. My girl D1 athlete, D1 basketball player. So I absolutely believe in that. My daughter's like, I'm gonna try my hardest to like just put a rule like you bring a nigga here, he gotta be 6'5". My daughter's gonna be 6 foot 6'2". So you bring a nigga in here, you gotta be 6'5", and I just want that to be like throughout my whole family. Like that's just the limit. You gotta be tall. Like I just want to breed like like them people over in Iceland. I just want my whole lineage to just be some big niggas. So.
Well, hold on, real dope. Ain't you only 5'11"?
You 5'11"? Nah, I ain't. I'm a little taller than that.
Funny. My oldest son is taller than me, but then his mom's brothers are 6'7" and 6'9". So I was, if I didn't already have a DNA test on a nigga, I would have got one. But he's 6'3". So
he said a DNA test. Well, Willie, at least we know it wasn't that midget, man. So you good right there.
Hey, listen, because it's my oldest too, so it could have been. It could have been.
God damn.
But they say like extra baby oil make the birth control work a whole lot. So I'm saying make it stronger. So the midget wasn't getting nobody pregnant. Them sperm, they was slipping and sliding trying to get to that egg, bro. They wasn't swimming.
God damn. Yeah,
baby
but
oil.
hey, that's crazy.
Wait. Ain't nobody actually using baby oil as lubricant, right?
Man, did you not hear what I said happened that night? They was using it for something.
He was young.
Well, first, it wasn't I wasn't there.
Oh,
well, I mean, until I was there.
Wait, God damn.
So, hold on.
Hey man, don't give Willie no flashbacks, man. Don't do that.
Man, we cool, bro. I talked to her a couple days ago, and we was talking about me sending my son's car up there to her. Like, it's water under the bridge, or baby oil under the bridge now. Like, we cool.
God damn.
Listen, I pay for peace, big dog, so I don't have no issues. I done did my therapy. I got some crazy, sea stories to tell. And
he got right with the Lord. I know that's right, Willie.
I ain't did that. I ain't did that yet. I'm scared if I get baptized, I think the water gonna start boiling. So I ain't did. And my birthday on Halloween too. So I haven't done that part yet. But I got right with myself. I got right with karma. You know what I'm talking about? Right. And my therapist gave me her blessing to go back out into the world and be helpful to somebody and find myself a helpmate. So I think I'm doing a good job so far.
I know that's right.
Shout out to Willie, man.
Hey, hold on, wait, Mont. You said you bench more than all these niggas on this panel. I'm gonna need to see it. I just need to, because
why you keep saying slick shit in the chat like it?
Yeah, because I take offense to that.
Huh? Bench more than here.
We don't know what you bench, man.
Exactly. So you don't sound confident. Yeah, stay right there. I like that.
Hey, I'll tell you. Can you bench
Think over there. Who else want?
I'll take it real quick. How many reps? 315.
6'7".
Yeah, nigga, you don't bitch more than everybody on here, but you do
How
bitch
much
a lot.
you bench? 315.
910. But we have to. We can work it out and do it.
Let's meet in 2 months. I'm rusty. Let's meet in 2 months.
We'll be ready right now.
I'm like,
I
I
can
right
talk
now.
that shit right
I don't
now.
believe me. We can go right now.
Yeah, 2 months, that's cool. No problem. Like, just understand this, right? One thing about saying us, you know what I'm saying, us Beamers is we strong. My son in the 10th grade is hitting 315 already.
Okay.
Like, this shit is muscle density is here, bro. That's why we look so big, dog. You can't help it. But you said 2 months, we'll do it. And just remember, if you lose, you gotta come up with a bet or something.
Yeah,
so
I'm
when
with
you
you.
lose, that, you know what I'm saying?
Cut all your hair off.
No, hell no, I ain't gonna do that. No, you just gotta get a shirt. You gotta wear a shirt to say Willie bench more than me.
I got you.
It's fair.
I got you.
Bet.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
At least
Bet.
cut all your facial hair off. Hell yeah.
100 burger. Who the fuck is doing that shit for free?
It's a bet.
You know, one thing I don't understand about people who go to the gym like to look good. A lot of them niggas with the muscles and shit are weak. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just got like gym muscles. It's aesthetic, you know what I'm saying? You look good in their clothes, but it's not functional. What the fuck is this? What am I gonna come up with?
Yeah, no, my I don't know what happened. The internet must have cut me off just because I wasn't saying like dating Brittany
Griner, bro. Brittany Griner.
Brittany, I'm saying I wasn't talking about like looking like a man.
No.
The what's that girl? She like 6'7", the Hispanic looking chick. She black, like
The one
you know
that
what I'm
just
talking about?
Yeah, the one that just on the casino.
On Drewski. Drewski show. Yeah. Like that. Like my mama's 6'1", my grandma's 6 feet, my father was 6'7". My uncle 6'4", my auntie 6'2", my sister 6'1".
Hey, don't say shit to me about no pull-ups, bro. I got 6, 7, maybe 8, and that's if somebody looking. Like if you put my mom or like my girl or my kids in there, I can get you about 10. But if it's just me by myself, no, I'm cool, bro.
Man, and shit, I was in the comments of this video and I was looking at, like, you know how you click on the people pictures and I'm like, yeah, I probably could have got a 6'9", 7 footer with this woman, but I just can't be attracted to her. Like, she just not attractive to me. I was looking through the comments like, damn, shit, it's a hard road. I just gotta apologize to my son if he don't get the same athletic ability as me, and chalk it up to shit. I loved your mama, so you got that at least. Like,
but what happened if like you get with the 6'7" chick and y'all have a baby and that motherfucker come out 5'2"?
I'm returning the sender. If I get with a chick that I'm not attracted to just so I can have a tall baby and the baby be short, he gonna be raised in misery because I'd be so mad about that shit. Like, nigga, you one thing. I just wanted one thing out of you. Got me over here dating this woman that I'm just disgusted by, so you could get to the league, and then you had the nerve to be short, nigga.
Hey, I can't. I'm 6 foot. I can't do shit with them taller than me, bro. It's just not me. I need to be able to look down on my woman and put my hand on her head like when she's mad, and so she can't hit me. I need to be able to do all like the small women things that a man should be able to do with his woman. I can't do that with a bitch that's 6'7", 300. That's somebody I would wrestle with, not like build a life with. That's not fun.
Let me get to these super chats, y'all. RB.
I'll buy an egg. Oh, I'm sorry.
Through the fire.
Are you funny?
That salute to JR Hink and all the spare ninjas on the panel. Steph wife, who's complaining and basically telling the world that Steph ain't good enough. She's saying I can do better.
Did that nigga call us spare niggas?
Yeah, let's address that. That dude from the Congo or whatever? Is that him, Chick? The African dude?
No,
Oh, okay.
Oh, $20. MKD podcast, $10. I want to thank everybody that has contributed to the platform. Do me a favor. The best way to show support is hitting that like button. Hit that like button on your way out. And thank you guys for your support tonight and tuning in. Catch us next time. We out.